From Kalamazoo, direct to you, it's a WKZO.com quickcast.
The EPA said that they're still waiting for water data to come in, but that they felt they knew what was in the water there. But then it was pointed out by a city official that the data they're using on water quality is over 6 years old. Does that concern you that we're going ahead and evaluating options without collecting all the data?
Well, as I speak to the staff, it concerns all of us. And our expectation is that they need to move ahead and give us final data, not data that's old data, data that is more current, data that has been taken recently, and that our staff has a chance to analyze and determine if we're comfortable with what they're presenting. We've got experts in the city, just like they have experts at EPA and DEQ, and we need to make sure that we're satisfied. And that's the piece that is truly plexing here, is you've got all of these scientists on both sides saying, well, this, that, or the other thing. No, we want to be absolutely sure what's going on with our groundwater.
The other question, the EPA talks about wanting to be cost effective. Are they evaluating lost opportunity if they just cap that land and leave it there versus doing something that would make that large piece of property developable in the city and what it would do to tax base? Or does their cost effectiveness just include covering the pollution?
Well, I would say to you that it's that return on investment side is really the question you're asking me. From our community standpoint, we want to reuse this large area for significant opportunities in our community, whether that's commercial and development, parks and recreation, trailways, all of those pieces. And I'm not sure that, I know they've heard us. And of course, whatever these plans are, if you redevelop it in a manner where you have commercial and construction and those sorts of things, it's going to be costly because you're going to have to remove the contaminants. You can't just cap it. Some of the passive uses you could cap it and reuse, such as trailways and bikeways and some of the parks and rec opportunities. But if you want to use this property for I would say one of its most valuable benefits to our community, using it for a mixed use, commercial, maybe residential, and some of this green space, recreational opportunities such as trailways. And we know they're looking at cost. It is all about the dollar signs here, no doubt about it.
Is the city doing any studies to be able to demonstrate what the long-term value of that land could be?
We have some preliminary plans of recommendations of opportunities you could have, depending upon what choices, just like we saw the choices today, whether you cap it or whether you remove, or all those choices they've given today. We as a city have also presented reuse opportunities. And I'm a guy that certainly rides my bike, and so I'm a cyclist, and I love all the trailway opportunities we've got going on in this community. And could that location be a way to connect the Bicentennial Park and Portage to the trailway system through the urban core, through the city, all the way to the Cowhaven? That may be a great destination along the trailway routes. So we've got a number of plans and a number of things we're thinking about regarding this property.
What made you most optimistic from the EPA's presentation here tonight? What rang with you, resonated with you?
Well, the piece that is that we seem to be more connected on doing something with this site. Now we're going to have to work out what that something is between all the parties. But what's the most optimistic thing is they're talking now. They didn't come to us and saying, oh, we're putting more PCBs in there like we received a number of years ago, that were coming and guess what, here we come. And we had to say, well, no, you're not. Well, at least now they've gotten a flavor of who we are as a community, and you're going to have to engage us on whatever happens, and we're going to be at the table. We're going to be communicating to you. We're going to let you know how we feel about it. That's the most optimistic thing. I don't think we're close to knowing what's going to happen. I don't think we're close to knowing what Millennium's going to be willing to commit to this. And I look forward to the further processes as we go along to try to get that understanding of how everyone's going to engage, how everyone's going to commit to doing the right thing regarding this site.
Are you up for the long-term negotiating with the EPA?
Well, I'm hoping the long term is not as long, so that's where I am. I'm up for us doing what we need to do to get the job done, and that's where I am.